okay, he says. Alright, okie dokie, let's get this garbage out of the way. Actually, we jumped at the game, maybe. Yeah, we've been in the game. We've been reading in the game a lot. Lounge.
System update.
Oh god, it's been so long. Oh, I should not have picked a three-dimensional map. This is gonna hurt my brain. So this is a real-world map, so I should be able to, based on some... here's Sol. Okay, yeah, so Earth is the center of the map, so I know... The humans start out at a weird advantage on this map because they are at the center of everything. God, maybe I should have played on a two-dimensional map. Whatever. This is gonna fuck with me. This is Hai Lang. This is our beautifully modeled homeworld. I know I can change it to 2D, but it just seems like the game was intended to be played in 3D, I think. It would probably do my brain some good to try to play it in three-dimensional space, although... This is a real space map. This is actually how stars are oriented around us. I think it's pretty fucking cool. Anywho, this bar up here, your savings can be spent on ships, on building things. Well, building ships, really, you don't build infrastructure at all. You're gonna keep this in like 3/4 are going into research. I'm already confused by the star map. Yeah, man, I'm already confused by it. It will, as we explore, get a little bit... Yeah, you know what? Yeah. Now, if it's already confusing, let's just play in the two-dimensional map, or let's play in a flattened map. Because, you know, you're absolutely right. I'm confused by that, and I think it's going to be confusing to look at. But that's the reality of if we are to make an interstellar empire. Bending our brains around three-dimensional space like this is something we'll have to do. So let's start out with 2D. Average size. Since I'm playing the Lear, I'm gonna cheat a little. This doesn't seem like it's doing much, but because our ships operate better when there's large distances between stars, increasing the average distance between... Can I? Okay, it doesn't actually. Doesn't actually go higher than 9. Okay. The higher distances will actually make us faster. This would suck to play as the high versus... No, I won't do it. I'll put as the average number. Everything else. God damn it. He clicks exit. Great game. My game. Yeah, we go and do this real quick. Weird. Purple. I like you. I like this symbol the most. You are gonna be Ivor. Sure. You're gonna be human. Yeah. Went through all that trouble of picking out there. You're gonna be Tarka. You're gonna be Zul. And you're gonna be Mariki. Yeah. Launch.
System update.
Wait, did I pick real space again? Alex, you fool! You fucking fool. What? No, I did it twice. We have to do it now. Didn't I have two-dimensional space pulled up? But then I exited and I rejumped it. Whatever. Overharvest. So overharvest is a thing you can do to improve your industrial output and your income at the cost of the resources of your planet. It's somewhat advisable to do early on, but we're not going to do that. Here is our tech tree. It's a three-dimensional tech tree, which is not at all confusing. You gotta have everything in 3D in this game. I want... Realms. Cybernetic interface. A mind machine that allows for a single being to control fleets of machines, allows ships to be built 5% more efficiently, and increases the industrial output of all worlds by 20%. Real good!
We have been given all we need, Elder.
This is probably the biggest mainstay of the game, is ship designs. So we can have different sizes of ships, and what these different ships do come down to our designs. Now, right now we only have standard command. We could have assault shuttles, but we won't be using those. We have very simple ships we can't do much with. I can switch everything over to lasers, which I think that I'll do. So Gauss cannons do more damage, but they're less accurate. Their range is the same, but their rate of fire is worse. I tend to prefer...
Yes, Elder. Ship design ready for construction.
You know what, just call this armor.
We shall remember this design for the future.
Colony ships colonize things, obviously. Extended range have higher fuel than armor ships, so they're
Yes,
best
Elder. Ship design ready for construction.
Tankers refuel things. They're very
We shall
self-explanatory.
remember this design for the future.
Am I okay with this? Yeah. We'll get a feel for it. Hopefully. So what I want to start out with is just build me, I guess, 4 extended range.
The Steel Singers are ready to build.
Now our planet is called AC plus 22308. What a... Right, there's climate control. Oh! What? You can... Huh! Okay, interesting. I didn't know that you could go and change your... I've played hundreds of hours of this game. I didn't realize you could go in and change the ideal climate setting. It's default set to whatever your species is, but... Oh. I think that's fine. Why was this at 50%? Well, whatever. That's fine. That's fine. There's not really much else to do here, because we haven't found shit. We don't have any ships, so we just have to... Oh, thank God. Right, there are other map modes. This map mode will make life so much easier once we start expanding. Rather than having to go off of this, we can use this. Is it... No, it's not space. Is it... What is the end turn button? What's this? But what's the hotkey for this?
System updates.
Alright, so we have... Got some fleets. Got some ships. Let's grab them and send them. So you have to click
We
on...
move between seconds.
And I think that's...
We rise with the tide, Elder.
It's gonna be tricky figuring out what's in range and what's not in range.
Turning into the black. As you command, Elder.
Alright, well... Build me some more extended range ships. So I can...
We begin construction now.
Alright. You know what? Just a little more on the research. And turn.
System updates.
Yeah, the dolphins are quite loud. Let's change that for you. Let's see. Let's just turn all of this down a little bit. The music up a little bit. The speech down a little bit.
Eureka! Eureka! Eureka!
That's better. And I remember this not looking so claustrophobic. The UI does not have a rework, unfortunately.
We hear your voice coming to Newberry.
Yeah, that should be a lot more bearable.
Yes, Elder. We move as you command.
Is it too quiet now? It's sounding too quiet to me, but I'm also changing my own audio.
Seconds.
Alright. And then build me more. Now, there's varying strategies on how you should handle expansion and yada 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 yada. I tend to just prefer sending out massive waves of scout ships. Everything within range, and then going from there. This is a decently fun multiplayer game, although it is limited by this being a turn-based strategy game. And as I have complained, probably on too many occasions in the past, turn-based strategy is a genre dominated by build orders and strategies like that, more than... They're more strategy focused than tactics focused.
We have received
Okay, but also a little sucky sometimes.
Steel Singers are ready to
If you're curious, the reason I keep clicking off at the end of every turn is if I stay here, one of these fleets will be highlighted, and the camera will autofocus on one of those fleets, which is cool if you want to feel like you're moving along, but really annoying if you're trying to just build fleet after fleet after fleet after fleet like I am. Not you, not you. Move there. And there. On a two-dimensional map, it would be much easier for me to identify what's nearby, what's not nearby. That's kind of the charm here. More.
Yes,
More.
the vessels will be completed soon.
More in the research? Just more. Alright, this is over budget. So sometimes your research projects will go over budget. When they're over budget, this reaching 100% of the time and funding doesn't mean it will actually complete. It means it should have completed by now. You can boost research by putting money into it, which will... boosting research can hurry process up, but also if the tech can end badly, like have a bad event associated with it, like, oh, I don't know, the AI gaining self-awareness and turning on you and turning your civilization into a state of civil war, it'll be more likely to do that. So you gotta...
We have received coordinates.
Cost-benefit analysis there. Are you in so much of a hurry that you don't mind it adding... ending catastrophically, or are you going to be patient about it?
To Newberry.
Essentially, this purple bubble that we're forming right now by sending ships out is our immediate zone of influence. It's where I can project power easily.
Yes, Elder. We move as you command.
And essentially, this first bubble is going to be what I'm going to prioritize colonizing within. And then from each of those new colonies, I will build new explorer ships and send them out, and etc., etc., etc. It tends... my method of expansion tends to be pretty methodical. Okay, so we have one left. Is that right? Just one? Huh. That's... 2. I should have played on a 2D map. Alright, you know what? Let's just build ERs, even if we're not going to use them. Better to have them. Actually, it's better not to build things you don't need, because this blue piece of the pie is upkeep and fleet maintenance.
System update.
Okay. So this is the first world that we've discovered. The game's very nice. When you first discover things, you'll get an event about your fleet arriving, first exploring stuff. This has a climate hazard of less than 100. What that means is we could colonize this immediately. So to make sure I remember this, I can leave a note. Closing the note makes it so that this now has an exclamation point on it. Just like that. It's a helpful little reminder to be like, oh yeah, I wanted to colonize that, or oh yeah, that was important for some reason. Sometimes I will use those to indicate systems where I really don't want to go back to. Sometimes I'll use those to indicate where I really do want to go back to. It's when the text of the note actually comes in handy.
We hear your song.
Somebody already moving there? I think so, yeah.
We have received coordinates.
New Aquapolis. We gotta get a colony ship out there first.
We hear your voice coming to New Bearing.
What a weird little bubble. Actually, viewing this from the outside of the bubble makes it a lot easier. Holy shit.
We move as you command.
It's outside the bubble, I can see pretty clearly where the limits are. And I think this last one's just here to dick around. Okay,
We
well,
move between seconds.
can I delete this, actually? Special, scuttle. Scuttle.
We hear and agree. Farewell, faithful vessel.
No, don't move to that.
Turning into the
There you go.
black.
Scuttle. That. Please.
We hear and agree.
So scuttling just means I won't be paying upkeep on that anymore. Let's pump a colonizer ship. I'll probably need a tanker, which I can't afford right now.
We begin
It's
construction
expensive.
now.
Hopefully we can make that in one jump, but we'll see how that goes.
System update.
Alright.
Path twisted and turned, but finally we have arrived.
So, advanced robotics, what do you give me? Ship construction cost reduction, industrial output. Yeah, let's go with advanced robotics. I'm going down the drone tree because I'm a scumbag, and I'm hoping that we gain...
Facilities in order and ready to study this problem.
gain access to AI when we still only have one planet. The advantage to that is you can't rebel if there's nothing to rebel. But you gotta gun for this hard. This technology allows for autonomous AI-driven robots to perform simple construction tasks in zero-G conditions and results in a 5% boost to ship construction efficiency.
We begin construction
You
now.
won't! Ah, how about that?
System update.
Yeah, so as a turn-based game, there's a lot of turns where I'm just clicking on this button and then nothing happens. So this is our first encounter, and we're gonna die horribly because any unknown encounter is gonna be a bad time. You can either choose to manually control battles, automatically resolve battles, or fight manually if the opponent does, or to auto-resolve peacefully. I'm gonna click fight manually just so we can take a look at what fighting looks like. Ah yes, we're fighting an alien derelict. This won't go well. Later in the game, I'm not wanting to do derelict. This is retreat from battle.
We are in harmony. We fire
No.
on this enemy.
I forget how these controls work. Turn broadside, face target. Yeah, definitely don't face your target. Ah, yeah, it's middle mouse clicking. So the abandoned derelict can fuck our shit up. Look at how big this thing is and how big these silly guns are on it compared to this tiny man. This tiny, tiny man. I remember these looking better than they did, but, you know, 2020. You know what? The ship's gonna die anyway.
We hear and agree.
You're going to die anyway. I'm either going to scrap you or get rid of
We
you.
can follow this current. Initiate stutter
Attack.
war.
to... After about a minute and a half, our ability to retreat becomes available,
Yes, Elder. We will do what we must.
but we'll just send this in to die so we can take a look at combat. Now, Sensors is a great map mode, especially for when you have larger ships, larger fleets. We can't give controls from the Sensor map mode right now, but we do get technology later on that lets us control things from this map mode, which is a fucking godsend.
We fire on this enemy.
It's going to be very anticlimactic. If we even get a shot off. This basically is the space station. You can check if there's resolution patches, but as far as I was aware, the modding community for this game was pretty low. Pretty small. It's not shooting back. You're a what? Well, we're gonna be here for a while. No, these turrets are turning. Are you just in a blind sight? Did you get very lucky there?
Received.
Or is this actually broken? This is gonna take a while. I think the combat auto-terminates. Yeah, there's a timer at the bottom right-hand corner. You can't see, I'm on top of it. Of course you can. Please keep going. Well. Right here is a timer that indicates how long is left. I'm gonna be on top of that, don't worry about it. Basically, we have about 3 or 5 minutes in every combat to resolve it. Are you gonna shoot me? You're looking like you want to shoot me. Ah, there we go. Just one Muon beam, and we are out. Yeah, there we go. You've been defeated. Imagine that. So that was... where? So, systems will look like this if we've been there and have had something destroy it. It'll have this fire around it. It's a very good indicator of like, yo, don't come back here. This sucks. I typically leave our extended range ships in a system just to work as sensors, more or less, but let's just flag as guard. I mean, you're a horrible guard, but just scuttle.
We hear and agree. Farewell, faithful vessel.
Yeah, they dealt a lot of damage with that Meson beam. Oh, it's not a Muon beam, it's a Meson beam. Yeah. We dealt 238 damage. We put up a valiant fight there. That's the only thing we've explored. Okay. Right. New Detroit.
System updates.
Alright, new robotics is done. Let's give robotic or expert systems.
We have found the secrets.
Sometimes you'll get tech really early, like we just did. Advanced software that allows for construction robots to function with a minimum of intelligent supervision, allows ships to be built with 10% more efficiency, and increases industrial output of all worlds by 15%. It's very good. Okay, we've explored this. You know, 420, isn't all that bad. This is way off in the red. You can see here and would take a lot to terraform. 420 isn't terrible. I don't want this now, but I'm gonna flag this as a guard for the time being. At least there's water here. Can I... How did I open up that fucking menu before? This? I click on this? Did I click on this? I clicked on this. Yeah, alright. So you would be happy to this point. You can technically survive on a planet as low as whatever the fuck that is. I think this is technically colonizable. All the same, it's not less than 100, so it's not a high priority to colonize. We'll come back to it later. Maybe. Possibly. Or we won't come back to it at all. I'll keep doing manual for a while, but you'll get the idea. There's a lot of derelict ships that will just completely destroy us. You need to name your home system? What, is it not confusing enough? Yeah, we can name the home system. Absolutely.
Yes, Elder, until we touch
Ah, okay, you were on normal? No, I want you to close to attack. I want you to face your heading. This looks like a different kind of alien derelict than before. Dolphinlandia. Neopolis. Does this have guns? This does have guns.
They mean to kill us.
I'm surprised we survived being hit at all.
Our ships are
A nice touch is that depending on where your ship is getting hit, one of the 3 sections will be the first to blow up, and where you're getting hit will make you either travel slower or faster, travel slower or, you know, something else. It's pretty cool. Ah, this is... It's 209. It's not great, but it's also not terrible. What's this? 420? Awesome. Scuttle. For Marcus Guard. Plagueis Guard, yeah. So that was a bad time at Beta Aquilai. L9... 97. Good, but not good enough. BPM is, in the long run, going to be nice, but not for now. Alright, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and... Can't rename this, right? Right click? Left click? I can make a note here, but that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to go into here and change your name. Maybe you can. I'm clicking here, I'm right clicking here, I'm clicking on this. This has nothing to do with it. Maybe you can't rename your home system, or any system. I think you get a chance to name it when you colonize it. I do have the complete collection, yeah. Yeah, you might be remembering something. The, console. Alright, we've seen how this has gone, right? We're gonna hop in here. There we go, there we go. Okay, the swarm. I was gonna say, I'm gonna keep doing this until I see the swarm. The swarm are really fucking annoying. Unlike derelicts, the swarm will not stay in one system. They'll spread from system to system.
and agree. We fire on this enemy.
And, yeah, they're a lot more aggressive. They're a lot more aggressive.
System update.
Yeah, so it's worth keeping an eye on. Was this the swarm? Yeah, they will probably spread from planet to planet over here. It takes until you have cruisers, probably, for you to be able to handle that, so they're worth keeping an eye out for. No, scuttle that. That's over at the
We hear and agree. Farewell, faithful.
Iola Pegasi went badly. A24. Oh, the colonizer has arrived. So with this, we go to special, we go to colonize, we click on this.
New ocean awaits.
And it'll start colonizing. DM7, yep, we are scuttling that. Epsilon Fleet, that is guard. That's more than 100, but it's still pretty cheap. The infestation remains. Yeah, they're using plasma weapons. Fusion cannons. Yeah, we can't fuck with that yet. Or really at all. Plagueis Guard for that. Data Fleet has... Ooh. This is less than 200. Alright. I think that's everything, right? This just loops. Oh, it doesn't loop. 258, you are Plagueis Guard. Whatever.
System
Okay, well,
update.
let's get rid of this note. So when you first colonize a world, you have sliders to play with. There's a terraforming slider and there's an infrastructure slider. Now, generally, well, there's also this construction and trade slider. The trade will generate more income, construction will build the infrastructure or terraforming capability of that planet. Terraforming will move this number closer to 0. A lower climate hazard boosts your population growth, industrial output, everything else. Your infrastructure also grows that in a different way. No, not abandoned system. Now, it is cool that there's an abandoned system button. We can see this is really not deviating from the norm very much. They're nice to have, but planetary development will eat into your expensive quite substantially. So that's why I'm being uber picky about what planets I take and what planets I don't. Now, after I'm done seeing, and we're about there, once I've seen that we've reached everything within our immediate range, I might send out a second wave of colony ships. But for the time being, yeah, scuttle that.
We hear and agree. Farewell,
Scuttle that.
faithful vessels.
For now, I'm just trying to see what's out there. If there are cheap ships to take, or planets to take, I'm taking those first. This is like just on the line. If it's over 500, I probably just want to scuttle.
We hear and agree. Farewell.
Alright, if it's over 600. If it's over 600, I want to scuttle. Yep, cost prohibitive.
We hear.
But really, that's the marker. This says how expensive it's going to be over the entire duration of colonizing it. And if it says it's too prohibitive, we can come back when we have better colonizing and terraforming technologies.
Faithful vessels.
But we do not have that right now. So we're getting double notifications because we're having ships arrive and exploring at the same time. I'm just going right back over to make sure I'm not missing anything. Yep. And yep. Okay. Now now our bubble has actually grown a little bit. This map mode indicates what planet or what systems we've been to, what we've searched, what still have to be searched and have to be explored. This is a very, very, very fucking helpful. I found a complete graphics weaver that was hosted on the now bankrupt file sharing service. Yeah, a lot of things with this game like that are out of date, but you know what? Thanks for looking into that. I'll see if I can find a HD of graphics rework for thoughts. I'd completely forgotten about it. I'm sure someone has hosted it somewhere, but I appreciate you looking into it all the same. Well, it's I was about to say it's the end of an hour. No, it isn't. We've only been recording this segment for half an hour. So, how much longer? 3 turns? Yeah, I can play with that. 3 turns until this and this. Ah! So, this is not finding the Tarka player. The independent colonies are a thing I forgot about. Independent colonies are what's left over from, intrepid explorers or the rise and collapse of stellar empires. You can, if you court these independent colonies, have them join you. I'm clicking on passive because I really don't want to fight this.
System update.
They're gonna fight us anyway, I'm sure. Oh shit, they did it! Ah, what a cute little. Ah, this is very much in the colonizable range. Special. Yeah, I should either scuttle or leave because maybe you have to invade. Maybe you have to invade them. If you're the same species as them, I feel like they will just spontaneously join you sometimes, but I don't remember how this mechanic works. If you have all civilian pops on a planet, what will happen to the Imperials? Imperial is basically the ruling faction, or ruling species, so if the Imperial population goes away, yeah, they're like Trebizond after the fall of Rome. That's a pretty good comparison. I think the Imperial population is what you have to kill off when you're bombing or invading the planet in order to take it over. Civilian population are transferable, I think, but I don't 100% remember how that mechanic works. We'll figure it out. But for now, this is getting scuttled because it's not doing any good. Sigma has arrived at an OK system. Pi has arrived at an OK system. Omicron, no, scuttle that.
We hear and agree. Farewell.
Scuttle that.
Vessel.
So, okay, they chose not to fight either, which might mean that they're open to diplomatic overtures, but I'm not going to count on it. I can't even talk to them. Oh, right, of course I can't talk to them. So to talk to them, I would have to be researching something besides drone technology. If we go into Xenotech, we can actually translate Urdu-Kai, and maybe we should do that next, so we can actually talk to them. You need to translate somebody's language before you can engage in diplomacy with them. I forgot. Yeah, that's a very cool mechanic.
System updates.
This is getting better and better. Fleet has arrived at Garbage Planet. Looks like you're getting
We
scuttled.
hear and agree. Farewell,
That's worth keeping.
faithful vessel.
This is also worth keeping. Export. Is that our last ship? No, I think we have... Yeah, 1 or 2 more turns of exploring in this first bubble. Oh, good. Let's just hop in manual, see what we run into. Alien derelict, okay. At least it's nothing that'll expand. As we're playing in the real space map, everything's going to have the name of the actual stars.
We will do what we must.
Gotta say, it's very unlikely that the nearest 1,000 stars will have this many colonizable planets in it, but just ignore that.
Until we touch them.
Until we touch them. Yep, you got it, buddy.
Attack and kill.
Is 1, 2, and 3 here? You can set your different weapon systems to be either on System 1, System 2, or System 3, so that you can decide how to attack or what to attack with. There's actually a lot of finessing you can do that I'm just not taking advantage of at all. Yep, you get scuttled.
We hear and agree. Farewell, faithful vessel.
Died horribly. This is over budget, of course it is. Why can't I have nice things? Export. I think that's done. I'll go to turn 20 before doing anything else, just to make very sure that we don't
Updates.
have anything. We're still over time on this? Seriously? Come on.
System updates. The path twisted and turned, but
I lied. I'm a liar. This is all that matters. This is all that matters. AI is the most broken fucking tech in the game. 50% increase in research efficiency. You rush this at the beginning of the game if you have any opportunity to do so, which is why I was going into drone tech. The Lear and the Marigi are really the only ones who can super reliably use this strategy with, but it's super fucking broken. I have not played Empire Fading Suns. I've thought about it before. If not, can I request a stream? I'll definitely look into it. I'm always curious to look into more sci-fi 4X games. It would be great to talk to these people over here. Just fuck it. We'll do it later. We'll just put damn near everything into into research now, so this is only going to take 35 turns. But get ready for the most thrilling gameplay you've ever seen.
system updates.
I promise it's worth it. In the long run, it's worth it. It might not feel like it's worth it right now, but this is very fucking worth it.
System updates.
I swear to you,
System
in the long run, this is the best decision to make. Just sit here until turn 60, I guess, because we still have 28 turns to complete. Yeah, just put everything into this. 26 more turns, so it'll be around turn 50 or 52.
System updates.
AI are absolutely game-changing, and the technological supremacy and accompanying industrial supremacy that you get over other powers is in-fucking-sane. Ah! Good. This is something I didn't want to run into. So von Neumann probes are very annoying roaming things that attack in order to reproduce themselves, so they can go and attack and reproduce themselves.
Unknown vessel. An enemy, perhaps.
Yep, I'm fucked. So it attacks with
Target received.
smaller von Neumann probes.
Until we touch them.
Yeah. That's it. That's what the von Neumann probes do. I think they also attack colonies. Well, if they do, we're about to find out. Because this is our colony. This is the downside to only colonizing one thing and trying to rush AI tech very early on. Von Neumann can show up and give you a bad time. I don't know what non-existent TV show I want made the most. Old Man's War? Wasn't there talks about making Old Man's War into a TV series? That would be great. One of the mods I saw was reduce AI research bonus to 20%. It's OP as fuck is the reason why. Yeah, so this is just all of our hard work spent terraforming this planet, building infrastructure. It's just going away now. Can I skip to the end of this? Quit the main menu. No, there's a rage quit button, which is great. Are you trading off? Are you satisfied? Oh, this drone showing up. This is why you build defensive platforms in orbit. This is actually this is a really, really good reminder. The first thing I normally do is build stuff in orbit of my planets to defend it. That missile that came and hit this, you get a certain number of missiles per minute based on the planetary population, civilian and imperial population, that will basically act as ICBMs that the planet uses to defend itself. Here's another one coming in. They're not very good. You can research text to make them very good, but at the beginning of the game, they're mostly just a nuisance. And yeah, ships can defend themselves, although that did get a decent hit in on here. The colony's probably not completely destroyed, but we're going to have our progress set back. Are you fuckers just trading places? I don't want to watch this for 5 minutes, game. I should have auto-resolved. If this were an encounter over an uncolonized system like we have been seeing, when our ships died it would have been over. But because we still have, technically, a ship in the area, i.e. the planet, it ain't over till the planet's dead. And I'm hoping that means we can just make it through the next 51 seconds and not have the planet die. You know, who needs colonies? We just slowly hit them with ineffective missiles. Now, I've always heard this word pronounced von Neumann probe, but Isaac Arthur in one of his videos pronounced it von Neumann probes. So I don't know if I'm wrong or... Alright, only 20 seconds left. This is a really interesting habit that these ships have of just trading back and forth, I've never noticed that before. Though, to be truthful, I've never sat around and watched myself lose before. If I knew I was gonna lose an encounter, I let it go.
We must withdraw for the moment, Elder.
Alright. Draw. It's a hell of a draw. So they have stripped 699 resources from the system. Oh, they don't actually hurt the civilian populace? What? Really? They just hurt the planetary resources. Resources determine the long-term industrial viability of a planet, so they're important, mind you, but they're not, at least they're not killing our people yet. Yet being the key word here. I'm going to put red lasers on this. I am going to keep the center mount being a missile because I have to.
We shall
Get some light defense platforms, and around our homeworld, I'm building 10 of them.
The Steel Singers are ready to build.
I would rather not, but you know what?
System updates.
There, it's fortified. Thank God. Civilian population, oh fuck. Civilian population should be on... Fuck, 50%. Oh, that's what that meant. Okay, no. I turned this up to 100. I'm an idiot. Yeah, okay, if you go over this 50% line, you start draining resources for every additional population you have over that. Whoops. We'll just ignore that. So we built some defenses. The von Neumann probes have apparently fucked off, or they're just not interested.
System updates.
Who knows? Who knows? Set to that, though. Okay, yeah, but... Fly Empire settings. Yes. No. How the fuck do I change the Empire settings? Is it this? Aha! Apply. Yes, thank you. You know, I honestly didn't realize that these were things. At the top of the screen. The UI's not the best. Ah, here's where you do diplomacy, but I still can't talk to anyone, let alone the minor races, because I can't speak anything.
System updates.
Okay, just keep clicking this button, hope for nothing to happen. Just 20 turns and nothing. Come on, nothing.
System updates.
Not often I will cheer for boredom, but in this case, fuck! I'll cheer for it. Alright, so this is at our homeworld. Obviously auto-resolve, because there's nothing to manually control. The defensive satellites
System updates.
just handle themselves. Ah, there were asteroids. Luckily, we had some defenses to shoot at them, otherwise the asteroids would have done a lot more damage. Our infrastructure got damaged, we lost people, which is a shame, but we ended up having resources added to the system, so not a complete loss. Yeah, I would like some better Roman drama shows, or historical drama. Oftentimes, characterizations of Rome are just too much. I want a very believable, historically accurate series. Fuck. Yes. Alright, so...
The problem is solved.
Did that finish early? Oh my god, it did. Research breakthrough. Yes. Alright. That's awesome. So now every time you research any AI tech at all, they have a risk of becoming self-aware, which is horrifying. We just gotta do it. AI administration increases our financial output on all worlds by 50%.
Facilities in order.
Boosting our financial output by 50% means we can put all that extra money back into research.
System updates.
Oh, but every time I click this button, there's a small but definite chance of them rebelling. If they rebel, I think they get 50% of our planets, 50% of our ships.
System updates.
Just cheery, really. It's just very exciting.
System updates.
Hell yeah. Alright, so this is about done. Terraforming. So once the terraforming process is complete, all the remaining points can be put into infrastructure. Infrastructure will, like we've been seeing here, grow our population.
System updates.
Once infrastructure is done growing, I think it'll be done somewhere in the neighborhood of 100, I can queue up defensive satellites for our first colony. Is it time to colonize? It's getting there, but not quite. The AI techs we really want to research before we colonize anything, just to protect ourselves from the AI civil war events. AI is supposed to be late game tech, but if you research it early on, you avoid many of the negative effects it can have. So it's not thrilling that I'm doing it this way, but it's optimal to do things this way.
System updates.
In the long run, this will save us time. It will make it easier to colonize new systems. It will make it faster to terraform new systems. It'll allow us to get better and better ships out in the field as quickly as possible. And really, it'll just let us, for a, limited investment of time at the beginning of the game, we will have a substantial bonus in the long run. So there's AI administration. Now we start getting things like AI virus. The AI virus allows us to just negate the effects of an AI rebellion. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. AI factories is very nice. You see how this jumped from 20 down to 12? It's a lot fucking faster. It starts exponentially building on itself. So I'm going to go for factories, just so we can get the bonus from that. Then I'm going to research virus, and if we're very, 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 very fucking lucky, I can research shackled AI after virus, and the AI civil war cannot fire. I much prefer this weird AI system over the Stellaris system, because the Stellaris AI rebellion was just a one-off thing that could happen. Researching AI in Sword of the Stars, if you are not very intentional and very paranoid about it, is a bad idea. Not can be a bad idea, it is a bad idea. The upfront investment is great. In the long run, though, it will fuck you, and it will fuck you hard. So that's why I'm focusing on just getting this out of the way real early on, so we don't have substantial infrastructure, and fleets, and defenses for it to turn on us.
We have made a breakthrough.
Oh, yeah. Digital virus gives the player the ability to purge your civilization of AI influence and negate the effects of the AI rebellion. Unfortunately, what it also means is that if we use the virus, we lose all benefits of all the AI tech. And so this 50-something turns of researching will have just been a complete waste of time. So AI, the virus is better than the alternative, but it's still not good. The virus should, and if this doesn't allow it, then there's another tech, the ship tech, that might open up the gateway to us getting shackled AI. I think it's called shackled AI. Really, the ideal solution would be like, give your AI citizenship so it doesn't turn on you, but the AI in this game is just portrayed as being so completely alien. What morale is... Why is the morale low here? Why is the morale low here? What's your morale problem? Population limits? Yeah, population limits inhibit freedom. Yeah, well, you can fucking deal with it. It's because I made the population too big and now they're having to downsize. And they're not pleased about downsizing. This is why you carefully watch that at the beginning of the game. I might... Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God, there it is. AI slaves. 17 turns to complete. Horrible.
But finally we have arrived.
But AI are rendered loyal slaves, institutes AI bonuses after AI virus rebellion has been triggered, so you don't lose the bonuses. Hallelujah.
Far, Elder. System updates.
Yeah, the Aurelian is a really interesting figure. It would probably make for good television.
System updates.
I don't know how to deal with this beyond just you're mad because the population limits are inhibiting freedom. I have no idea what the fuck to do about that. I can't drop population. I think this hits a lower limit at a certain point. I don't remember. I don't remember this being a problem in the past. It's probably a problem because I raised civilian population and then lowered it again.
System updates.
All commerce is halted. So I can raise your happiness by this, but then you're going to... No, fuck you. Yeah, deporting them to the colonies sort of makes sense. Ah, there we go. There we go. This is how you do it. You let them hurt themselves. It's unfortunate, but now they won't be hit by that negative impact every turn. That 18 can naturally rise
System update.
repair. It's not getting worse.
Something moves in the Black Elder.
Hey!
Something strange. System updates.
There's some hivers. So, unfortunately, that means we're... Wait a minute. Are those hivers, or is that... Well, we're about to find out what the fuck that is. No, it's a silicoid! Ah! So the silicoid queen roams from system to system, just destroying everything in it. Has a giant swarm of ships, and yeah, just destroys everything it runs into. Even if it ran into our home planet right now, it could cause some serious problems. There we go. See, the rebellion just eventually wears itself out. Rebels defeated and suppressed. We've lost infrastructure, people have died, but we actually had too many people, so that's a problem which just took care of itself.
System updates.
Alright, so by turn 105, we should have the AI slave technology, and I will be very happy. Alright, so von Neumann probes, you're probably gonna...
Updates.
You destroyed 9 of my defenses, but not all of them. 9 resources were added to the system as 9 defense platforms were destroyed. They didn't lose anything. Great.
Yes, Elder.
Gotta replace those.
Vessels will be completed soon. System updates.
Hallelujah! We're done. Alright, alright. Now I can play this game like a normal sane person.
Elder, we have found the secrets.
Oh. Okay. So what do we want? We want to colonize more systems, right? But everything's kind of out of range. Well, we can get recombinant fissionables. We can go ahead and go for fusion tech. I think we should just go for better fusion technology. Fusion will take a little while to research, but it'll be worthwhile. We're going to dial back how much we're putting into research. This will still take, 11 turns, give or take, but in comparison to the original cost, that's fucking nothing. So in celebration, let's make some extended range ships on this new colony.
Vessels will be completed soon.
One thing I really wish the game had, and it's a pity that it doesn't, is the ability to sort through these in a ledger. What I want is to look at everything that's 200 or less. So this, it's an exclamation point. I'm using exclamation points to indicate which planets I want to colonize next. I want climate hazards of 200 or less. Ooh, that's close, but not quite. Wow, just the one, huh? Ah, fuck it. 300 or less, because there were so few. 300 or less. There. Ross 188. 165. I think that's it. Yeah, it's looking like it's it. Okay, so that'll be 3. So if we go back here, I know for a fact our colony ships don't have the range for this. The extended range had a hard time making it here, and they have a range of 24. Their fuel, that's tied into their range, I think. Right? Oh, I don't remember. But let's get 1, 2, 3 of these boys and 1, 2, 3 tankers. Ah, can't afford that. Well, get 2.
We begin construction now.
Wait for the income to come in next turn.
System updates.
The dragons, you more or less, the Tarka I'm talking about, you mostly do just have to kill them to integrate them.
System updates.
Unfortunately. Before doing any of that, we need to translate their language so we can actually, incorporate them properly. It's hard to rule over someone if you can't speak their language, I don't remember what was wrong with this system, but I'm a little wary of sending ships there. And where was the third one? And 2 flashing beacons. Oh, it's up here.
We rise with the tide, Elder.
Cool. So I split this fleet up because this is just slightly further away. Which means there are... Can I actually reach that? Yeah. There are planets which I have not explored, which I can explore now. Not many. You've granted, but some. Really, I think that's it. I think... Haven't we've been here. We've been to DMT. So maybe not any? Damn.
As you command, Elder.
Hold on a minute.
We hear your song.
Don't leave. Yeah. I have not gone here, 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 or here. I can't go to Beta Aquilai. I think Beta Aquilai is the only thing in here that I can move to. Okay, well, it's scuttled, son. You.
We hear and agree. Farewell, faithful vessel. System updates.
There we go. System update. So we're gonna go explore. Oh right, Beta Aquilai. Well,
system updates.
I scuttle you. Yeah, we're gonna scuttle that.
Hear and agree.
So this is actually so close.
Faithful vessel.
It doesn't let us colonize new things.
System updates.
It's been about an hour, so I'm gonna put in a cut here. It's been a slow start, but from here on out things should speed up quite significantly. I'm gonna keep streaming, naturally, but I'm gonna put in a save just because I don't want to rely on autosave. Set time limits. That's fine, that's fine. Thanks for hanging out. If you're watching this on Twitch, I'm gonna keep streaming. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is it for today. Until tomorrow, make sure to stop by. Until then, comment, share, like, subscribe, all that silly good stuff. Until then, gonna have to say toodaloo, take care, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.